It's kind of disappointing that I'm wearing very fun pants right now and no one can see them. Hello, my name is Elise, and this is going to be my announcement video for the Woody's Roundup Readathon. This is a readathon I will be co-hosting this February, and it was inspired by the Toy Story movies. It was created by Leigh from Literary Lily, and I will be linking her channel down below, along with her original announcement video. If you're interested in this readathon, I highly recommend you check out her original announcement video because this video explains the entirety of the readathon, but my video here is just going to explain the prompts from my team of the readathon. As Lily explained in her video, this readathon is going to have several co-hosts, and each co-host is going to lead their own team. You get to choose whatever team you want. My team is the Second Chance Antiques, which is based off of the Second Chance Antique store from Toy Story 4, and each team has their own set of prompts. These prompts represent characters that your team is trying to collect. So first you choose your team, and then once you're on your team, you look at the certain prompts for your team and you try to collect the characters by reading a book that fits your prompt. Each prompt should not be doubled up with a different book, so you have to choose a different book for each prompt. But the good thing is each team has a certain amount of prompts, so not every team has the same amount of books. My team, the Second Chance Antiques, only has 4 books, which is on the lighter side, and there's some other teams that have a lot more books. So you can kind of choose a team based on how much you want to read. In this video, I'm going to go over some of my prompts just for my team, but again, if you're interested in the other teams, Lily explains all of the prompts in her video. Before I go over the prompts for the Second Chance Antiques and what I'll be reading for those prompts, I did want to mention that each Toy Story team is going to be reading a group read. For the Second Chance Antiques, our group read is called The Stars and the Blackness Between Them. This book can replace any of the prompts, or you can read it on its own, but it can replace any of the prompts. It doesn't necessarily have to fit the prompts. I did make it so it could fit one of the prompts, but if you don't like a prompt, you could read our group read instead of doing that prompt. So the first of our required prompts for the Second Chance Antiques team is Gabby Gabby, which is to read an underrated book. For this one, I am choosing our group read, The Stars and the Blackness Between Them, because I really haven't heard many people talk about it, but of the few people I have heard talk about it, I've heard that this is a very good book. It's about 2 girls from very, very different backgrounds, and eventually they cross paths and may or may not fall in love. The second required prompt is The Dummies, which is to read a book that someone told you to read. I'm slightly cheating for this prompt because no one directly told me to read this book. It's more like I've heard a lot of people talking about it and I wanted to read it, but I'll be reading As Far As You'll Take Me, and this is going to be released this February, so I thought that would be a nice time to read it. It's about a boy who wants to escape his small town, so he goes to London and he's traveling and he makes a lot of friends. He's able to explore his sexuality, but kind of deep down he's feeling a bit homesick. So it's about finding home and identity and all of that, but I'm not sure because I haven't read it. Our third required prompt is Duke Kaboom, which is to read an overhyped book. And for this one, I am choosing Siege and Storm, which is the second book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I have heard so much about this trilogy throughout the years, and I've been seeing even more because it is becoming a Netflix show. So I did read the first book this month, and I'm going to be reading the second book next month, which is February during the readathon, because I'd like to read it all before the show comes out. And the last required prompt for the Second Chance Antiques is Bo Peep. Read a book with a disabled main character. For this one, I'm reading a book called Real, which is coming out this February, and it's about a 13-year-old girl who is both autistic and nonverbal. It's based off of a true story, but I'm pretty sure the actual story is fiction. So those are the 4 required prompts for the Second Chance Antiques team, but the other fun thing about this readathon is that you can steal characters from other teams. This means reading a book that you maybe borrowed from someone or from the library, whether that's an ebook or an audiobook or whatever, and it has to fit a prompt from another team. So the Second Chance Antiques team has 2 suggested steals, which is Woody, read a book with a historical setting, and Forky, read some trash. You don't technically have to read the suggested steals, you can steal from any team, but those are just the ones that fit the best for our team. I don't have any books in particular yet that I'm choosing to read for those prompts because I'm going to see if I have time for them, but otherwise I think they sound fun, and I definitely have many books from the library that I would want to borrow for them. And that is it for the Second Chance Antiques prompts for the Woody's Roundup Readathon. I will be linking a document down below where you can keep track of all of the books you're going to read for this readathon regardless of what team you're joining, but I do hope you join mine. We're gonna have fun, but I'm sure you'll have fun in any of the teams. So let me know in the comments if you're planning on joining this wonderful readathon that Lily has created. Just a reminder, you can read anything, whether that's audiobooks, physical books, ebooks, comics, graphic novels, anything, as long as it's reading and as long as you're having fun. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in February. Bye bye. It was created by Lily from Literary Little... I'm gonna scream.